Hello and welcome, or welcome back. Thank you so much for joining today, clicking on the video and supporting the work in the channel. I hope you get something here that you resonate with and that helps you on your journey. So let's get right into it. We did the Daily Dharma earlier, and for those watching this in real time, this is the September 9th 999 portal at the time of this recording. And the Daily Dharma seemed to be about a self-love activation. And that seems to be relevant here because there's so many powerful confirmations that that came through that reading, even on the layer I didn't even speak to on that video about the connections. And it came through something I put on the community page today. I shared a Whitney Houston song, The Greatest Love of All. And it was this lyric about, you can't take away my dignity. And it's something about the previous reading was about really, to simplify it, just to understand that we need to put our energy towards the people that support us, the energies that are building and co-creative and synergistic, instead of losing energy to things that want to keep us low, other energies that aren't being accountable. So from that space, we have today's reading. And 999 is all about some level of endings, closure, which brings up lessons, wisdom, and growth. So it seems to be alchemizing a lesson into the necessary wisdom that then allows us to transcend and depersonalize something that had previously left us in some level of limited thinking. So I wasn't intending this to be a continuation of the Daily Dharma readings, but just so that I got that all out there in case I reference back, because I do think some people do watch all the videos, not many at this point, we're at the beginning, but I think it's relevant because Spirit speaks to me in an ongoing manner, and that's why I don't necessarily feel very compelled to do a lot of the zodiac specific readings. I will if I'm able to dedicate more time to the channel in the future, but right now I'm trying to balance a lot of things just for those that need to hear that. So I put a few cards out on the table from one of the decks I don't use very much. It's the Gilded, it's the Lenormand deck. That's what it's called. It's a different set of oracle cards. And so I have 4 laid out, and the clouds comes underneath the deck talking about some type of search for clarity in a confusing situation. And the first card that comes out is 14, the Fox, checking out and looking around the chicken coop there, trying to, and if you don't know, foxes are very cunning predators, and I've had them myself around this house getting into my chickens. And so it's talking about a circumstance where there's been some type of at least suspicion, but I suspect there's actually been some type of secret attacks, or even it was coming through very early today in the pre-messages about secret meetings, that there have absolutely been some individuals here that are in more of a group setting, secret meetings held where individuals that are connecting based on a common fear or insecurity, that insecurity has trauma bonded some group of individuals together that are threatened by another individual, the one that's most likely watching this reading. And I think that your intuition is onto it, and you already have gotten what you needed to know out of this situation. And so I think that they're just monitoring, a little bit of monitoring going on. The second card out is the 26th, the book. And for me, this is really talking about those further lessons that are being drawn into a greater wisdom. Third one, we have the mouse, the mice. Look at them, the pests in the cabinets. Ugh. And it talks about something that's gotten into the inner circle, an undesirable force that needs to be dealt with, because it's a threat to your livelihood if it's feeding on your stores. So energetic vampirism or parasitic type relating codependency. Last card here, we have the magnifying glass. And it's giving me that there's some type of page or fool energy trying to monitor and look for clues as you're doing your they're looking for fallout energy or evidence of some type of weakness coming through from you as they're there's something coming in about that, but all that is seen in the magnifying glass, like you can see how there's actually what appears to be a woman's skirts, but then in the magnifying glass, all you see is this enlarged abundance. It's like this fertile garden scape, but the woman is not seen at all. So yesterday we got this energy in the animal totem deck about cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. I feel like that's the type of protection that you have here. I feel like there are individuals who are very caught up in watching you, and all they're seeing is this abundance there. So under the deck, oh my goodness, we have the Raven card, Shaman. You are the creator and magician. Use your gifts for good. There's power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. We'll keep that one, and I'm going to shuffle, see what else wants to pop out. That's incredible, especially because I just said that about the shaman. Walk with the shamans. It's like if you're seeing crow energy, it may be speaking to you about new guides coming in for you, new awareness. It's like some of us have the ability that our guides show us, or we have some type of a download happening where we actually can see what is going on, or the individuals that are, for instance, having a meeting. It's just evidenced in either their words, or it's like a combination of your intuition and the facts. And so you have a lot of logic, you have a lot of teachings, you have a lot of study under your belt, and you understand human nature, and your spirit team is warning you about something. And so there are those individuals that would come in and feed from your stores here, unsolicited, unwelcome guests here. So as we shuffled, now we have the wolf pathfinder coming out. So you may be from time to time more of a lone wolf, but I feel like there is a pack, a tribe that's coming together for you. It's been a long time in coming for many. Release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and you help others to find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. So I feel like you're able to walk away from this because you've already forgiven, and you'll remember, but you're investing in greater love and finding the way forward from there. And that leaves under the deck, peacock vibrancy. Yeah, you're having all of this abundance. It's like the light in you is still continuing to rise because you're not choosing to engage in whatever is going on behind the scenes here, whatever this sneaky behavior is that you spied. Peacock says, you were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. So yeah, that vibrant life force energy is like creating a magnetic situation here. So I just want to get a little bit on each of these cards. We're going to start with coming out with the fox. We have theft. Exactly. Trying to steal your abundance. And there's a black cat calling the alarm here. So some of you, I feel like there are times, especially a specific time of day, some of you maybe at night when you are feeling energy, like either the eerie feeling like something isn't quite right, or some type of a sensation in the body of discomfort, or even it could be like a little tingling pinch here or there. It's something about some type of psychic projection of energy, people speaking and assuming and calling your name out. And so your name is being spoken in these rooms only because of your vibrancy. It's because other individuals are perhaps led to feel jealous over you, despite however humble you have tried to be in the past. But you're just practicing some level of gratitude, catch and release, and finding your own pathway forward at this time to be true to your path. And so, yeah, great happiness comes out in regards to that one. So I'll put that over the peacock. So, and that's also this abundance over here. So let's get a card on this teaching, this book, meetings. Exactly. I feel like some of you have been having your own meetings with other creators and other individuals that are on a similar path with this wolf, trying to find your own group or your own soul tribe here. And I also feel like other individuals are helping you put the clues together so that you understand what's going on. And underneath grief and adversity, I think it's wearing you down to need to give any attention to this. Let's look at these mice. 23. Okay, we have flipping out house. Do you have somebody staying at your house or somebody that you've invited to your house? I also noticed, and what didn't go back in the deck, military person. Okay. So over the fox card, see how that cat's kind of sounding the alarm, and it was like feeling that sense of dis-ease at nighttime. And then here we have somebody looking maybe for the cat that's over here on the gate. It just looks a little bit eerily familiar, like maybe you're outside letting your pets out or doing something in the evening hours and just feeling some type of like either monitoring spirit or some sense of dis-ease. And it just, for some of you, you might, what am I seeing in the background? Okay, I don't have my own magnifying glass. But over in this side yard here, I'm seeing an image behind the hill that looks like a person's over there playing the flute. That's interesting. So anyways, it's kind of giving this whole what goes bump in the night. I'm getting clogged up because earlier made me kind of cry. But military person also here, it's kind of this sense of guarding or cleansing, clearing your home, purging the energies there. If you do have somebody that has stayed at your home recently, it may be that some things have been, in some people's situation, something got broken, might have been something that was important, some type of antique, and in other cases, it's just like maybe like a security system or something, because I'm getting this bouncer type energy. So I'm seeing some people may want to protect your homes in various different ways. I have all different types of ideas. I don't want to get into that this time, but you can do your own research. Let me know what your tips are if you feel like it in the comments, with harm to none, please. Let's look at 44, this looking at the details in this figure of the feminine not showing up in this abundance. I'm also concerned, yes, as soon as I was about to say that, out pops this false person. And do you see they're like traveling with a bunch of wolves? This is giving potentially for some of you a feminine narcissist or manipulative magical being here that looks as though they do some of their magic under the full moon, which we just had our full moon lunar eclipse. Because I was also, when I looked down just as I was shuffling, I was thinking someone else might be trying to cloak their own energies in this monitoring spirit type of a way. And so I don't want to create any fear. I think that initially this does come up with a lot of protection for yourself. So maintain that in your mind as we continue to unpack these messages. I feel like someone else might be trying to operate in out of alignment with integrity here with that theft card, and it comes to your attention. You're looking at ways to protect and reinforce your own boundaries in your home, to protect your own energies. And it's just coming up that somebody's trying to keep tabs on you in some way. But it says you are the creator and the magicians, and you use your gifts for good. There's power in your wisdom and words. So keep connecting with the elemental spirits. So we were already in the previous talking about the 5 elements with the Chinese Lunar New Year. And they consider it wood, fire, earth, metal, water, and back to wood again. And so working with elemental spirits, we can also talk about, like, I have this hawthorn grove in the backyard, and that has its own spiritual essence. Trees have their own energy. The rocks, the mineral kingdom, we're all wearing our gemstones often, and using these as your own protective, and using salt as an elemental to draw a salt ring around your sacred spaces, or cinnamon lines to repel ants or certain types of ants, or something such as that. You can also, again, I'm not going to get into all the ways. Put your tips down below if you feel like sharing. But yeah, this will help you to glide through this situation where there's this disclarity and this void space between realms where some mischief is afoot. Claim your place as the keeper of the mysteries. So the keeper of the mysteries is like, no matter how much they cloak, you can't help but get your messages and your insights from spirit and continue to be the keeper of the games. And so they're playing checkers and you're here with the chess game board out. So, okay, let's, anything further? What about this clouds? What can we know about the clouds? I feel like somebody's working with a lot of smoke, mirror energy. Unexpected money. I did not expect that one at all to come out over the clouds. I think that whatever disclarity you're working with, because of all of the various energies at once, not to need to quantify this, I feel like getting caught doing the right thing by spirit leads to some type of unexpected abundance. And so while others are in this mischief, malicious possibly vibe, you are being helped by spirit to find the right path. It says here about you're the teacher helping others to find their way. And I feel like your vibrancy here with the peacock is all about you are the light bringer in the darkness. And so this dark energy here of this false person trying to bring up and scrutinize every detail of your character and person and trying to, you know, I'm seeing somebody like, it's a scene in one of the Marvel movies, that guy who moves super quick and he draws like this handlebar mustache and glasses on this big brute guy standing in line, but he moves so quickly nobody knows that he even moved. And it's like, that's the way these details are coming to you. It just makes other people look really unintelligent because they can only operate on the level of perception that's way below where you're at. And look at what's under the deck here. Gaining a lot of money, but look at there's a devil and a rat right there in the foreground, and a lot of people watching you just rake in that abundance here. And again, with this abundance, it's like whenever something happens to you that challenges you, you always go the higher route. And in reclaiming that energy, that reclamation helps you to elevate and to release that heavy weight. And you do make a remarkable come up after releasing energies in that way. So we'll leave that here. You're leading people to a greater abundant mindset. And you've walked these dark hallways and dark mysteries. You understand why these people are being false. But before we get cut off, because my device only goes to 33 minutes, I want to show you what's under the deck. From the previous reading, it was already saying blown away by you. Can't wait to see you again. And we also split the deck to completion, leveling up. And the ones that came out from in between that, watch this, how this goes. Momentum, drive, speed, acceleration. So whatever process is going on, this is not only unexpected, but it's a very swift process where you are illuminating something for others who have been caught up in some type of dark, mysterious underworld energy here. And this fearful thing that has been having these secret meetings, this fear frequency has only fueled your process and your momentum in this way, because you're a master transmutational force here. The magician and the creator. And here, so you're flowing with this reflective energy. And look at this one. I'm so happy this one finally came out. This is its debut on the channel. I drew this one a few weeks back. Next level download is incoming for you. And all of this information is coming through from other cultures, your own internal process, the twinges and feelings within your body and your mind and spirit coming forward and speaking to you. And your process in this enlivening, vibrant breakthrough is putting you on the right path at the right time so that you can lead some individuals out of temptation. First card out from this deck, we got feline. Yeah, there's some cat-like instincts coming through here in response to this. Fox is the canine, and the two cats are the ones shown up that are, yeah, with their intuitive, some type of information, some messages, like you know which things are your assumptions, which things come from the ego if it bubbles up, but you're also able to sort through. Exactly. Vibrational. Because the individuals are telling on themselves. Because you're in this love frequency, they're in the throes of fear frequency. And when somebody looks at you from that place, you can tell when they suspect you or something. It's unreal. All right, coming out over the meetings in the book. Ooh, union. So you're meeting with some higher forces at this time, even if it's just your intuition. And under the card is faith. Yes. Their fear is fueling your faith to, I believe, have this new beginning. It's like you already have this vast library of skills and knowledge and intuition and creator mindset. And this, the knowledge that's coming to you that you've been almost attempted to be played, if not just, yeah, there's something going on here with that. But let's focus in the positive direction. So what else is this union energy? Because I think it's bringing you together with your destiny in a different way. So we have a return of spirit. Yeah, I think it's bringing you back to what you're supposed to be doing here. Exactly, because you're gifted. And it's about the simplicity that you are. And everyone else that's in this fear frequency is complicating things. And I feel like it's going to be an easy decision when things come together for other people to understand where the light is. Next level download. I feel like this is this gift opening up. Whoa. All right, let's look at it. Caretaker and change of mind. So the way that we've been maintaining some type of a system, we get love, prayers, contact, and commitment come out upright with love there. So wanting to reconnect to love, recommitting to that loving frequency. And then this stack is immunity, music, divinity, take flight, and fearless, and violet flame. I love these two together because look at that fearless card and the take flight, both having those wings, and the fearless one at the center. It looks to me like that green is coming off the crown of someone lying down and their feet are at the back. So it's giving me the energy of healing, transmuting that fear into your own faith and rising above something, enabling yourself to take flight with this divine harmonic, the code of your soul, this return to your gifted nature. Yes, shifting back into that is creating this protection with this immunity card. And music. There's something about music. Today for me, it came through in the Daily Dharma with, I'm going to put some of these back. There's too many out here. But it came through with this Whitney Houston song, as I said, and that was a song from a time in my past. And wouldn't you know that I was drawing all these conclusions in between when the camera was off, and there goes the love card. And I was thinking about how my mother gave me this cassette tape. I was playing it again and again and learning the lyrics and singing it. And it was that lyric about can't take away my dignity was a code. It was a mantra at that time. And I remember that you could hear through the walls of the house, and on the other side of my wall was my mother's room, and now my mother is in spirit, and there were all of these synchronicities. So if any of that is resonating with you, you're very protected. Your home is very protected by the force field of this love, and that is some of the messages that and the guidance that you're being led to understand. Yeah, it's just very powerful information coming through for you at this time. So trust that. So give us a little bit of insight on what this mouse issue is. It seems like more of this theft energy, but we're seeing that we're gaining money from this. Yeah, okay, so we're getting assistance. There's somebody that's potentially a ranking individual, take that however you need to, that is also adding their protection to your beingness. So, and it seems like for some of you, this may be an ancestor that was in the military. or several that were. But for others, I feel like there's actually somebody in the material that's also lending some support to this process here. And it's because you are worthy of this. The way that you handled all of this information without making things personal is leading to somebody else feeling that you are actually in alignment with this voice of divinity and integrity. Yeah, I think it's because they are understanding their own star seed roots. And so they're understanding there's some kind of like a pestilence, I want to say, or like um, some type of a rampant pandemic type fear frequency in the mouse environment here. And it's yeah, it's a different energy than this divine energy here. So I think somebody is understanding that they're actually more in alignment with you and where you are going. So any final thoughts on the mice? Because I feel like there's something else here. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. So it's hard to look at this combination and not think that it's something very physically arousing for some individual here coming through. So somebody, for some of you, may be riled up in a passionate way to protect you. So for some individuals, this is going to be people coming together in some type of a romantic way. But for others, symbolically speaking, this is our own inner masculine protector guardianship energy that is possibly, again, ancestrally or spirit led to stick up for ourselves and to protect our energy, however that comes through. But I'm seeing you doing it from a very loving standpoint. So lastly, as we close this energy out, we're getting contact coming over this false person. So they've been watching, looking for an opportunity to approach you, and nothing has changed. If you know who this individual is, have faith again that you are going to be protected if somebody's trying to reach out. For some of you, this definitely could be somebody that you have had to block or have an order put out against. But I feel like there's also, for some of you, whoever is reaching out to you, it might be somebody that is unexpectedly looking for some type of repentance energy. And I'm feeling like an older feminine energy who is a false person, but feels very drawn to connect with you in their final wishes, which sounds kind of scary in the moment to me, because I think I understand who I'm seeing in this imagery. But somebody that is false, they may have seemed to be very damaged, but